WandaVision has just come out. We got to see the first 2 episodes. I'm really excited to talk about it. I literally just finished watching the show, and I just want to talk about it. So here's my spoiler. Keep in mind I said spoiler. Review and maybe a bit of theories of WandaVision. Let's do this. Now, for those who follow What the Net, I'm going to be honest, I've neglected it. I just ran out of things that I wanted to talk about. Trying something different now. As I said, I just watched WandaVision, and I really wanted to talk about it. Something came up when, over the Christmas holidays, I was spending time with my family, and I was watching a lot of disneyplus. If you don't have disneyplus, check it out. Otherwise, you won't be able to watch WandaVision. But my parents just kind of said, Jake, we're done. We're done with you talking about movies and theories and all these things again. And so I thought, what better way to restart, I nearly said WandaVision, restart What the Net than by starting a weekly recap, theories, spoilers about WandaVision. If you guys don't know, once WandaVision finishes, I think there's about a 2-week gap, and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out, and then a bit after that, Loki's going to come out. I'm actually, this is so weird, I'm a bit out of breath because I'm so excited. This is going to be different to my old videos. There might be a couple of cuts here and there to take out coughing, I guess, because I'm excited. I don't have corona, all right? I'm in Australia. We're pretty good. And I also think that, and if you're from the US, let me know, I watched this at 6 p.m. Australian time, or 6:30. Did you guys get this later than that? So, I've written down a bunch of notes of cool stuff, my theories, breakdowns. So, let's just jump into it and go straight down. So, firstly, it's really awesome the way it opens. It starts off with the Marvel logo, and it comes out awesome. And then it just slowly comes in back to like the old format. You'll see them on some of the older Simpsons episodes on Disney+. Something else that was cool was just, I love that the sound changed, like the audio quality changed as well. And it went back to that 50s vibe. I actually enjoy watching shows like the Dick Van Dyke Show. You can check out pretty much any of the old shows just on YouTube. Episode 1, I think, primarily took place for shows like I Love Lucy and The Honeymooners. Very classic, old school, and they nailed it perfectly. I like how they had all the different references and things like that. They had the Stark the Stark toaster. Is it just me? By the way, feel free to just comment anything down below. Questions, theories, comments. The Stark toaster. First video back, guys. I should have put my phone on silent. Did the toaster look a little bit like Vision? I don't know if I'm just paranoid because I'm trying to look for any little inconsistency in this show that might give away any kind of spoiler or any kind of hint, because they don't really give you a lot in these first 2 episodes. But I thought it looked a little bit like Vision. I liked how they had Kitty from That 70s Show was in it, and they nailed the sitcom era and everything about the sitcoms. It was just sick. It was awesome. It felt, I was grinning ear to ear the whole time. It felt to me like a parody of the sitcoms. Like, I don't think sitcoms work anymore. I think they've passed their time, but the way that they were parodying the sitcoms, it was awesome. I'm personally a big fan of sitcoms. I think it's something about how everything goes back to the status quo. I call it a safety show. Like, do you guys watch Friends or Seinfeld or, even The Simpsons? Any situational comedy that just kind of keeps going back to the status quo and restarting every episode. Do you watch them because they make you feel safe? Because that's usually how I'll watch them. Like, if I've had a really shit day, I'll chuck on a sitcom because you always know what you're going to get. You always know that it's going to be the same old people doing the same old stuff with the same old jokes. And they really embodied that in this show. Let's go on to, how many references that they loaded in about they entangled the comedy about Vision and Wanda. So, as you might have seen in the trailers and stuff, Vision would say he's incapable of exaggerating. He actually can't exaggerate because he's the Vision. I liked how they'd have all the jokes about how he doesn't eat and all those things. I liked how they had the little... Everything just was awesome. Maybe I should give these a little bit more time. Let me know down below. Do you guys just enjoy me just free talking about this because I'm so pumped up to watch it? I liked how they had all the Bewitched, floating, the floating of the wine and the napkins. That was all cool. Wanda and Vision, Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen, they fell right into these roles. I've never seen them do so much comedy, and I've never seen them do so much comedy in a Marvel movie or a different style of comedy. The Marvel movies all kind of have that cookie cutter feeling to them. They have different subgenres. Thor Ragnarok's a bit brighter. Captain America Winter Soldier's a bit darker. It's a political thriller. But overall, they kind of follow the same narrative. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen Marvel do. And I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I've seen all of them. You know what I'm talking about if you love Marvel. So, man, that was... Bravo to Kevin Feige and the producers and everybody who made this. Because so far I'm loving it. I think I am a bit concerned that people are going to get turned off because the first couple of episodes are just solidly in black and white. At the very, very end of episode 2, it turns into color. But we'll get to episode 2 in a second. Episode 1, let's finish that off first. Yakety Yak is a song that gets played quite a bit in WandaVision episode 1, and it's kind of like a running theme through it. You know when they have at the end, they go, maybe our song could be Yakety Yak. I genuinely believed that the show, like that song came out in the 80s because of Arnold in Twins. If you saw Twins, you know what I'm talking about. And then the ending of episode 1, it kind of pans back to show that they're watching a TV show. So they're watching what we're watching. I'm kind of under the impression that this could be a Truman Show kind of thing. It seems like a lot of the characters in the show are in on the joke or in on the situation. It seems Vision doesn't know what's going on. It seems like Scarlet Witch does know what's going on, but then her own mind forgets about it, almost like she's under a spell. Maybe some Bewitched Agatha Harkness. I think in Bewitched the grandma was called Agnes, if that rings a bell. If you know, let me know down below what the grandma was called. But I feel like a lot of people in the show, it's so weird to talk about because it's a show within a show. And people know that they're it's been seen at the end of episode 1 that they know that they're watching a show. And the whole show seems to be about fitting in. And that's very much what the 50s and 60s seem to be like. I think there also might be sleeper... Sorry, guys. I think there might also be sleeper agents in this show. Like, that seems like something that would happen, but they're also under a spell. God, this show. What is happening with this show? It is just... It's bonkers. It's bloody bonkers. So, in episode 2, I really liked... So, they definitely had the Dick Van Dyke Show and Bewitched. Bewitched seems to be a theme going throughout because obviously they have magical powers. But I think they definitely pulled more on it in episode 2. And you could already see between the two episodes, you clearly went from the 50s, where Wanda was wearing the dress and she was the housewife, to suddenly she's in the 60s, she's wearing the pants. And the house looks different as well. So that's kind of it's kind of like a contradiction of itself almost, that sitcoms always stay the same and go to a status quo. And yet in this sitcom where everything's meant to stay the same and stick to the status quo, every episode the house is changing. Oh, that reminds me as well. The intro changed. So the intro of episode 1 was like the old 50s classic one. The husband and wife all la 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 having fun. Even though they have no idea what's going on. And then episode 2, clearly Bewitched, it had the animated cartoon. They really stuck their guns on making this as authentic as possible. I think that's the main reason I was smiling ear to ear. I also liked how they had like little 50s or 60s ads in there. They had the Strucker ad with the watch. That was cool. But do you guys think that could also be like some kind of like, is Strucker involved in this somehow? I'm going to sum up my final theory of what I think's happening week by week at the end. So at the end of the show, she's pregnant. Now, it's pretty much been confirmed, and I'm hoping it's true, is they're going to have twins. You know, you've seen it in the trailers, but I'm hoping that the reason that they're jumping through these decades so quick is because they're going to grow up to be the twins. I'm curious to see if Quicksilver is going to make an appearance. And I'm also curious if this is going to stick long term. They said all these MCU films are meant to be connected. And I'm not quite sure if this is going to be something that if Vision and the twins and everything is all in her head, and at the end of this, she's just going to have a breakdown. So, now that I've caught you guys up, and obviously it goes to color at the end. But, God, guys, oh, man, I'm so glad that I just get to talk to you. What I wanted from this right now is I just wanted to record and talk to you guys every week, just my theories and everything that I want to talk about, and I really don't have these planned. I just have a couple of notes, because I love talking about this stuff. I could talk about it for hours, but I'm trying to keep this to a minimum, you know? They had, at the very end of the episode, when you saw, they had the Bee-Man coming out of the ground. What is that about? And then she so this is why I thought it was originally Truman Show, and I think it's going to be a bit of a blend, but then it's kind of in her mind, because she has no memory, you got to remember, throughout the show. But then she sees him and she's like, interesting. And then you have the plane that falls, like the little toy plane that's in color. So clearly that their color is put on purpose. When she cuts her hand, the blood is red. So it's almost like the black and white is a coating, and the whole world that she lives in is like this coating, you know, like the real everybody is underneath, but they have a paint, not like a physical color paint, but they have like this coating of protection of they don't really know what's going on, but they do. Oh, man. I love and I hate that they have made this a week-to-week show, because if it came out all tonight, we'd binge it, we'd talk about it, we'd forget about it. But now that it's week to week, we can talk about it every week. So let's go on to my theory of what I think's going on, because that's the biggest question that everybody wants to know now that we've seen the first episode. What the hell is going on? So I think that Wanda has lost her mind, and they've created this illusion for her. Like they've put us, or she's created. All right, let me restart. I'm piecing this together as I go. So I think that she's had a bit of a breakdown at the end of Endgame. She doesn't know what's going on. She's created this fantasy world, but the government, or SWORD, has seen this fantasy bubble that she's created, and they're worried. They're worried about her. So they've installed sleeper agents into this bubble and made this protective casing around, and they've put in sleeper agents like the Truman Show, and they're trying to contact her in this fantasy to break her out of it, because she seems to not know what's going on until the Bee-Man, and then she's like, nope. Literally, she's like, nope, and then backspaces it, rewinds the tape, kisses Vision again, then everything turns to color. So I guess we're only going to be able to find out next week for episode 3. As I said, I'm worried that people are going to not enjoy it because it's just in black and white. So tell those people that just hang in there, because I've heard it's going to get way more epic. Paul Bettany even said that the budget for this series was bigger than Endgame, so it must be all in the later half. There's going to be 9 episodes. We've seen 2 of them. 7 more to go. Whew. I'm excited. Honestly, this is the most excited show or movie or any piece of content that's coming out this year that I'm excited for. So I can't wait. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging in, by the way. If you haven't watched, if you subscribe to this and you're just like, oh shit, Jake has put out another episode, and the last one I did, I think, was a year ago. I've been working on my videos for the vlog channel. It's the J Mello vlog. Check it out if you haven't. It's my other channel. It's kind of like a fun variety show. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to start doing these kind of videos where I just talk to the camera and get my thoughts out. So if you like this kind of content, leave a like down below. Leave a comment down below about anything Marvel, MCU, WandaVision, or if you just want to say hi. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'm going to need some new catchphrases. I might even name my kid Vision. Have a lovely night.